So I'm just going to start right at the beginning with chapter 1, where we are in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, mid-November 2001. How did I get home last night? The thought hit, abrupt and bracing, along with the near fire hose pressure stream of scalding water from the shower head above. I jumped out of the way, reaching to adjust the temperature, though it didn't do much good. The pipes were as old as the rest of the building and finicky. The water was either near boiling or icy cold. I managed to find a tolerable warmth and scrub myself quickly, trying to avoid the messy mound of hair piled on the top of my head. I was already so late for work. There was no time to wash and dry it, and it was too cold out to let it air dry. The foul scent of cigarette smoke mixed with the steam from the shower, intensifying it. Funny how I loved the taste of cigarettes so much, but the later smell on my clothes and in my hair was disgusting. How did I get home? I paused, taking an extra moment I didn't have to let the water blast my shoulders, and gingerly pressed my lips with my damp fingertips. They stung slightly. The rest of me seemed fine, other than the usual symptoms of a raging hangover. My stomach roiled slightly at every movement, and my head pounded in a steady, sickening rhythm. I placed my hands against the slick tile wall and rested my forehead between them for a beat, mentally scanning the rest of my body, feeling if the water stung anywhere in particular, if I had any unusual aches or pains. Nothing. Chloe. I started at the unexpected voice, then poked my head out from the shower curtain. My roommate, Vic, was barely visible in the steam, but I could still make out his frown. You said to make sure you were out after 5 minutes. It's been 7. He took a deep drink from the chipped I Heart New York mug we fought over. It's already 9 o'clock. Is that coffee? I was pretty sure it wasn't, but hope sprung eternal. Chai. You were going to get coffee yesterday, remember? Forgot, I guess. Right. I had planned to pick up a can of Bustelo after work on my way to Inga's party, but had stopped at Rosemary's Tavern for a beer instead. One beer had turned into a few, and I'd wound up arriving at the party close to 10. An image emerged. Vic with his arm slung around Ben in a haze of smoke, his head thrown back and laughing. Poof, there and gone. How late did we stay? I can't remember. I injected a little laugh into the question. Silly Chloe drank so much she can't remember getting home. I turned off the water and stuck my arm around the curtain. I waited for a response, which was slow in coming. A towel arrived before an answer. Benny and I left around 1, he said cautiously. Ben was Vic's boyfriend. I dried myself with a towel. It was one of a set of 2 I'd had since my freshman year of college, a pale green and white striped Laura Ashley that was pretty threadbare by now. I don't know what time you got back, Vic continued. Well, I made it home somehow. I infused as much nonchalance into the statement as I could. Vic stepped out of the bathroom as I swept the curtain back, towel wrapped around me. He stayed in the hallway, sipping his chai and studying me over the rim of the mug. What is it? He shook his head. Nothing. You're going to be so late. The price we pay, I said. What a party, huh? Yep, what a party. You were getting awfully friendly with some guy when we left, he said with a shrug. I froze for a second, then reached for my body lotion. We offered you a ride, but you didn't want to leave. I don't blame you. He was cute. Some guy? What guy? I tried to remember, but nothing came up blank. I'd woken up naked, but that was indicative of nothing because I usually slept naked. Was Benny still here? He's been at work for an hour already. Okay, it's 9:10 now. Vic turned, businesslike, toward the kitchen. Want some chai? Nope, thanks though. The smell of the spices coming from Vic's mug was making my stomach turn even more. What I really needed was a giant icy fountain Coke and a greasy bodega egg sandwich. I headed off to get dressed, lotion in hand, and tried to calculate if I'd have enough time to pick up breakfast. Wasn't looking good. I closed the door and paused, surveying my room. Everything seemed in its usual place. The salvaged kitchen chair piled high with clothes, the old dining table I'd borrowed from an ex and never given back that I used as a desk. My ancient Mac computer sat atop it, surrounded by coffee cups rimmed with dried residue, prompting the immediate thought, oh, I need to soak those, even though I knew I wouldn't. My bed was so rumpled, it was impossible to tell if I'd had a guest or not. Our tabby Groucho was curled up in the middle of it, right in the warm spot where my sleeping body had been less than 30 minutes ago. The stack of books off to the side wasn't disturbed, nor was my dresser top full of knickknacks. The fading half stubs of concert tickets, one rainbow striped glove missing its mate, the bottle of Chanel No. 5 I hoarded and only wore on special occasions. Nothing was different from the day before. So why did everything feel so off? I pushed open the cheap folding closet door, shoved in the back behind a tangle of summer shoes, I could just make out one corner of the blue-gray archival box. It looked undisturbed, resting as always under a wrinkled plastic bag containing what had once been my best dress. I swallowed hard and pulled the towel tighter around myself. 916, Dick's voice floated through the door, full of disapproval.